Let's say that I'm working in a restaurant and I'm making $10 per hour, but on top of my hourly wage, I also get tips each hour. So this entire expression, you can view this as how much I might make in a given hour. Now, you might also realize that the number of tips or the amount of tips I might make in an hour can change dramatically from hour to hour. It can vary. 1 hour, it might be lunchtime, get a lot of tips, people might get some big ticket items. The next hour, I might not have any customers, and then my tips might be really low. So the tips part right over here, we consider that, the entire word, we consider that to be a variable. From scenario to scenario, it can change. So for example, in one scenario, maybe it's lunchtime, I'm getting really big tips. So tips is equal to, let's say it's equal to $30. And so the total amount I might make in that hour is going to, we can go back to this expression right over here. It's going to be 10 plus, instead of writing tips here, I'll write 30 because that's what my tips are in that hour. And so that is going to be equal to, it's going to be equal to 40. Let me do it in that yellow color. It's going to be equal to $40. But let's say right after that, the restaurant slows down. We're out of the lunch hour for whatever reason. Maybe the restaurant next door has a big sale or something. And so the next hour, my tips go down dramatically. My tips go down to $5 for that hour. Now I go back to this expression. The total I make is my hourly wage plus the $5 in tips, plus the $5 in tips, which is equal to $15. As you see, this entire expression, the 10 plus tips, it changed depending on what the value of the variable tips is. Now, you won't see whole words typically used in algebra as variables. We get lazy, and so instead we tend to use just easier to write symbols. And so in this context, instead of writing tips, maybe we could have just written 10 plus t, where t represents the tips that we get in an hour. And so then we would say, okay, what happens when t is equal to 30? Well, if t is equal to 30, then we'd have, so what happens when t is equal to 30? Well, then we have a situation, t is equal to 30. This evaluates to 10 plus 30, which would be 40. What would happen if t is equal to 5? Well, then this would evaluate to 10 plus 5, which is equal to 15. Now, I want to be clear, we didn't even have to use t. We didn't even really have to use a letter, although in traditional algebra, you almost do use a letter. We could have written it as 10 plus x, where x is your tips per hour. X might not be as natural. It's not the first letter in the word tips. Or you could have even written 10 plus star, where you could say star represents the number of tips in an hour. But it just might have not made as much intuitive sense. But hopefully this gives you a general idea of just what a variable is. All it is a symbol. All it is a symbol that represents a symbol that represents varying values. And that's why we call it a variable.
Assalamu alaikum hammalarning hozirgi vaqt xayrli bo'lsin. Mening hozirgi vaqtim xayrli bo'lsin. Hozir degan bo'ldi. Hozir ko'rganlarga what's variable degani. What's a variable degani noma'lum son degan nima? Variable degan mana Uyg'urcha tarjima qilsam o'zgarishchan, turoqsiz, tanshikil bo'ladigan deb chiqdi. Hozir men Salman Xonning eng boshda og'ama bu misolni bir tarjima qilibdi. Mesela saatlik bir yer işlədiniz deyli, bir aşxanda. Saatlik 10 dollardan bəsə, anda bununla çay pulu qoşulur. Əmdə bizim jitladığında çay pulu verməyimiz, məyə başqa yerlərdə, chet ellərdə şu mesela 100 dollarlıq bir nima yegan bo'lsa, şunun kam degan 15%ni adətə çay pulu qılıb berdi, ədəb əxlaqda. Endi bəzilər çay pulu verməyə çıxdı, bəzilər nurg'un pul berdi degandəkçə. Şuna çay pulu, o'zgarib masalan tushlik tomoq vaqtida ba'zilar jiq berishi mumkin. Tushlik tomoq vaqtida odatda odam jiq yegan ekan, choy pul jiq bo'ldi. Ondan ba'zi odamlar masalan sexiyroq jiq pul berishi mumkin, ba'zi odamlar bermay ketishi mumkin. Shunga bu choy puli o'zgarib turadi demak, turoqsiz. Buni endi bilgili olmaydi. Shunga bu noma'lum sanning san choy puli desak, masalan 1 soat topgan pulni hozir 1 soat topgan pulni ifodalasak, masalan choy puli deganni pinch yazsak 10 qo'shiman 10 qo'shiman choy Çay puli. Anda mau masalan çay puli degende odatda bunda algebrada bunda uzun xat yozmagandikki bunda bir harf bilan ifodalaymiz. Ya o'rinliqimiz sababidan deydi. Salom xon. Endi bunda ifodalab olsak 10 qo'shman chi deb yozib olsak bo'ldi. Masalan, men chini çay pulining shu çay puliga nima qildiga. Çay puli deb qarabchi, chi degan mushuning vakillik qildi deb. Chi degan mushu arab, çay puli degan so'zga vakillik qildi deb. Andiki 10 qo'shman chi degan mushu 1 soat topgan pulimiz. Desek, hamda bu chi masalan shu vaqtida tushda balkim chi masalan 30 dan bo'lishi mumkin. Masalan 30 dollar topsak 1 soatda 30 dollar çay pul topsak, ana 10 dollar qo'shsak 40 dollar bo'lishi mumkin. Anadan keyin chiydan 10 bo'lishi mumkin. Bu vaqtda mesela odam az chirdi bo'lsa, tushdan keyin bo'lgandan keyin odat shu odam az chegandan keyin masalan çay pulim az bo'ldi, shundan chi 10 dan bo'lsa, anadan keyin 10 qo'shman 10-20 dan bo'ldi soatiga deydi. Bu demek çoğunum şu anda çay pulumunda turaksız. Şimdi bunu çiğ bilen ifadalamayı adette biz hem de kadar simvollarla ifadalasak buldu adette. Mesela yıldız bilen ifadalamışsınız, ay bilen ifadalamışsınız. Hem bu simvollarla ifadası bulardı. Ondan ama adette biz şu x bilen ifadalayımız hem de. İşte mesela o 10 kuşmen 2 desek şu 1 saatki çay pulu ya 1 saatlik şu tapkan pulu mesela x'ni çay pulu vakillik ise 2 tang çay puli desek, anadaki 1 saat tapkan puli 1 saatte nimda chiqdi bo'pti. 1 saat tapkan pul 10 qo'shman x tang desek deb olsak bo'ldi. Atarıp yazalım bunu bu. Bo'pti. Ama matrix yazılı bo'ldi ekan. Bir saat topgan pul tang 10 qo'shman 200. Bo'pti. Ağzım doldu. Bir saat topgan pul 10 qo'shman 200 deb yozsak bo'ldi dedi. Anda yana qarasak. Ya ben bu yerda mana çay pul degan tips dedi inglizchada. Masalan, çay pul 30 dollar bo'lsa, andan 10 dollar 30 dollar qo'shilib 40, çay pul 5 dollar bo'lsa 3 keladi. 10 dollar 5 dollar qo'shilsa 15 dollar. Mana baş T bilan ifodalab oldi mana. Tipsni eng birinchi harfi T. Endi T bilan ifodalab oldi, keyin mana o'sha tushuntirib, aniki X bilan ifodalasak, bu yulduz bilan ifodalasak bo'lardi dedi. Asosliq mazmunim shu onda bo'lsa, ma'qul. Savol bo'lsa, shu ostida yozib qo'ysanglar bo'ldi, javob bermay xudoyim bersin. Vaqt chiqsa. Vaqt chiqdi hamda cho'qim javob beraman.